Good morning, everyone. It's all great to have you here. Happy Martin Luther King Day to all of you. We are very, very excited today because today is the day that we are actually going to start using these carts that have been a long time coming. This has been a lot of work that has gone into this. There's been a lot of community process. There are so many partners that have made this possible. We're very, very excited about the fact that we have finally arrived at this day. What I'm most excited about is my cart was delivered a couple of weeks ago. It was before that rain and that big storm. And the cart tipped over in the backyard, and this weekend I went and got it, and it actually wasn't frozen in the ground. So I'm going to be able to use my cart. My recycling day is tomorrow, and so we're very excited about that. I see Councilmember Rebecca Naker is here. We want to thank her for being a part of the team. And in a few minutes you'll hear from a couple of our other partners, including Russ Stark, our St. Paul City Council President. We really are trying to claim the title of most livable city in America. And when you think about what it takes to make the most livable city in America, it is all of the pieces coming together. And certainly ease of recycling is one of those things that I think truly leads to livability and to quality of life. Programs like this don't happen without great partners, and I want to acknowledge Ramsey County and the Recycling Partnership for their contributions. I just want to give them all a round of applause for their help on this one. Chris Hagman is here somewhere. Chris, where did you go? Chris, thank you so much for your incredible efforts. You have worked so hard. Ann Hunt wrote these points, so she didn't include herself in these thank yous. But I want to thank Ann Hunt for your leadership on this, and I know it's been a goal of yours for a long time. Congratulations, Ann. But the thing is, there's new aspects to this program that I want all the kids here to know, because quite frankly, we know this is one of the chores, right? It's like, kids, take out the recycling. And so when mom and dad say, take out the recycling, you have to know what to do. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, all right? So this is going to be your test. Are you guys ready for a quiz? You thought that because you didn't have school today, that you were going to get off the hook, but no, that's not the case. So the first question I have is, do you have to bag all of your recyclables, or can you put them all together?
You can put them all together.
All right, excellent question, or excellent answer. That's right, so that's why we call it the all-in program. So tell me, do we have to lift all those, remember those buckets, those really heavy buckets, do we have to lift those and kind of hurt our back trying to get the recycling out to the curb?
No.
How come?
Because now you got the new recycling bins.
Excellent. And what do they have on the bottom of them? And wheels. They have wheels on them. That's great. Let's see. Do I have? I thought I had a water bottle. Is this cell phone recyclable? No, not yet. No. You can't throw your cell phones in there, and especially because mom and dad get really mad. But you know what you can? You can recycle water bottles and pop cans. You can even recycle pizza boxes, and I know you guys like pizza, and you can recycle those now. You can recycle your butter boxes. You can recycle things. We're going to continue to expand it, because we really want to make sure that we reduce everything that we can from the waste stream as quickly as we can. And so now you all know the rules. So who's going to recycle at their house from now on? The correct answer would be raising your hand. All of us. Very good. But today we are making recycling a lot easier. One of the things that we talked about was the fact that we had seen a leveling off of recycling. We haven't seen as much stuff going in. We wanted to make this as easy as possible. We went to the single sort earlier. Now that we have these bins, there's really no excuse for all of us to not significantly increase the amount of recyclables that are taken out of the waste stream and put back into the system. And so I want to thank you. Again, I mentioned our great partners, but none has been a better partner than our City Council President. And at this point, I'd like to turn it over to Council President Russ Stark.
Well, good morning, everyone. On behalf of my colleagues on the City Council, including Rebecca Naker, who's here, thanks to Mayor Coleman for your leadership on really pushing forward our new recycling program. It's a big day in St. Paul, and many of us in this room are really excited about it. I also wanted to give a personal shout out to Ann Hunt, who I know has been working on this, not only this initiative, but frankly St. Paul's recycling program since its infancy. And so I know it's a big day for her continued work in St. Paul, and thank you and congratulations. And also to Chris Hageman and Ellen Bialis and the whole team at Public Works who have put so much effort into this. We really appreciate it. It's a big deal. And the residents of St. Paul are really going to enjoy the outcome for a long time to come. And then, of course, I wanted to go ahead and also thank our partners at Ramsey County, the Recycling Partnership, and Eureka Recycling, without whom this day wouldn't have been possible. So thank you so much. These improvements to our recycling system in St. Paul are critical to our city's sustainability moving forward. Our recycling rates have actually leveled off in recent years, and as we move service to align with where trash is collected, it's going to be the biggest service change since the inception of our program about 25 years ago. And it's really designed to increase participation, which in turn will reduce greenhouse gas emissions and water usage. We asked our residents, as the mayor mentioned, what kinds of improvements they would like to see to our program, and you told us make it easier and expand the materials that we collect. We did both of those things, and that starts today. So starting today, your recycling will be picked up in the same location as your trash. For many, this means it's moved to the alley. For those without alley access, it stays on the curb. Your collection day may have changed, so information about your new day should have arrived with your cart, or it can be found at stpaul.gov/recycle. And you can start recycling more materials this week than ever before, including paper tubes, cardboard food containers, and refrigerator boxes. You may ask what some of those things are, and there are people here who can answer those questions in more detail, but a refrigerator box is like a box of butter, for example. And I just want to close by saying that the daily decisions that we make as individuals about whether to create less waste, whether to recycle, might seem small when we're doing it. But together, our actions make an enormous difference, both for our environment and in sustaining and creating economic activity and jobs across our community. So thanks again for everything you're doing here today. And I want to bring up and introduce County Board Chair Victoria Reinhardt.
Good morning. My name is Victoria Reinhardt. I chair the Ramsey County Board of Commissioners, and for a long time my life has been in the environmental field. That's what I came from before. It's been said that I love garbage. And the fact of the matter is, the reason that I do, and I say it with pride, is the fact that it's something we have control over. And we now have a 75% recycling goal in this state, and that's what we need to do. We need to be able to take what was formerly a waste or garbage and turn it into a resource, and recycling does exactly that. I personally also want to thank Mayor Coleman and Council President Stark for the partnership to make this vision happen, and Ann and Chris. I mean, this is just an amazing day. So we are thrilled to be part of this. For, I think, at least 30 years, several decades anyhow, we've been really investing in significantly reducing, reusing, recycling waste, and working really with the cities is the best way to do that. We have partnered, as I said, for over 30 years to provide the recycling services to residents. The county is very excited about the city's plan to improve service to all of its residents, and you can tell by looking at these containers, which, by the way, I happen to live in White Bear Lake, and when we made the switch to these containers, I thought, oh, this is going to be so different. It is so easy, and it is so wonderful to be able to recycle more products. So I know that once people get used to it, especially, they're going to love it, and they're going to recycle more. We, at Ramsey County, we covered half of the cost of these, and I think it was money very well spent. Again, we're trying to pivot from looking at garbage as a waste to a resource. Waste is really inefficient. I mean, let's face it, that's the whole definition of it. And so trying to reduce the waste and recycle more is not only better for the environment, but it's also good for economic development. There's over 7,500 jobs in Ramsey County that are directly or indirectly related to recycling. So it is economic development as well. This is an important step, but we're not going to stop here because we do have more to do. Again, 75% recycling goal is not an easy thing to make, but I know that by instituting the all-in and really working hard, getting the education materials out there, partnering with the folks that are coming up here behind me as well, we're going to make it happen. So it's exciting, and I know we're also going to have some games and things going on here, so I'm going to be excited to see that as well. So it is a great day in St. Paul for recycling, for the environment, for our economy, and I thank you very much. I would like to now introduce Kate Davenport, who is a co-president of Eureka Recycling.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and all the leaders here today, and the residents of St. Paul. Eureka Recycling is really excited to continue our long partnership with the city and the residents and continue our mission towards zero waste and to move St. Paul more towards being a zero waste community. And it's truly our honor to be working with the city and the residents and continuing that partnership. So these changes are going to make it easier to recycle and recycle more, as other folks have talked about. And Eureka remains committed to making sure that the material that you put in these carts gets recycled to its highest and best use from an environmental perspective. And we've always been committed to that, and we're excited to continue to be committed to that. Most of the material that you put in here will actually stay within the state of Minnesota and help support those jobs that Commissioner Reinhardt was talking about. We also want to remind you about some important things in terms of how this works on a day-to-day basis. So remember to have your cart flush with the alley or curb, wherever it's designated to be picked up, and have it out by 7 a.m. That way you can make sure that we pick it up. Remember not to put your recycling in plastic bags. I'm going to say that again. Do not put your recycling in plastic bags in the container. That actually makes it more difficult for us on our side to get the material recycled. And to make sure that your cart's kept free of snow and debris. Keep about 2 feet from other carts. That way it makes it easy for our drivers to pick it up and do the collections in the city in an efficient manner. So with your help and together with all the residents in St. Paul, we can bring that environmental, social, and local economic development benefit from recycling. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Cody with the Recycling Partnership. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of this celebration. We're happy to be here. Today, life for St. Paul residents got a little bit easier and better. These carts do 2 simple things. They provide more capacity, so those that recycle can recycle more, and they provide the convenience, and we're hearing about that, so those that currently aren't recycling can start. But the benefits go far beyond the city of St. Paul. These carts actually are the beginning of a supply chain. These carts allow for material to be collected and delivered to Eureka and made into a valuable feedstock that are made into products that we use every single day. And so we, as a national nonprofit, that's why we partner with cities like St. Paul. The folks here on this banner, all of these organizations, the organizations that are represented here, Target, Coca-Cola, American Forest and Paper Association, they want these products. They want this feedstock to feed their products. We want products from sustainable resources. And so the city of St. Paul is actually leading the charge to provide a greener future for their citizens. And this type of project can't happen without the important partnerships that we're seeing today. It can't happen without the partnership they form with Ramsey County, the state, and they can't do it without the dedication from the staff, Chris and Aubrey and their team, and they can't do it without support of elected officials. There's a lot of puzzle pieces that need to fit together for something like this. Communities all over the country are paying attention to this rollout and the good stuff that's happening here in St. Paul, and we're really excited to share the success of this program with our future partner cities. Because when cities, counties, states, an organization like ours invest in recycling, jobs are created, our environment is protected, and communities thrive. So thank you so much for being a part of this program.